Welcome to Family DIY TV. Today we're bringing you the Sylvox frameless outdoor TV. This is IPX65, which means basically it can be sprayed with a hose, sprayed with rain. It's got an outdoor soundbar. We'll also show you how to install in this video. Weather resistant, can be outside. We're also going to integrate this in with our existing Sonos system. It worked great. I have mine under this cover, but this can be just installed anywhere in your backyard. Triple sealed, steel box. And the best part about this is that you can see this in the direct sun. So a lot of people out there, they'll just put a normal TV. And I was one of those people. I had a normal TV here. I'll kind of show you what it looked like with a normal TV. If you compare this to that, the picture is night and day. You can actually see this when you're sitting in the pool and the sun is blasting on it. All right, so let's get into installing it. Installation, really the installation, it installs like any other TV. It's nothing special. They have a special mount that you can buy, but you can use any mount on this. The Sylvox mount is beautiful. But me and my wife just hung this like any other TV. All right, now let's jump into how do we install the soundbar. All right, now we're gonna install the Sylvox outdoor soundbar. This has all the features that a normal soundbar would have, with the addition of it being an outdoor one. You can see they took some extra precautions here. They have these little plugs that go into all the ports, which is really nice. And it comes with 3 different mounting options. So you can mount this onto your wall with this one. If you have a Sylvox TV like we have here, it does come with proprietary mounts. Actually, you don't have to buy them separately. And there's 2 different types of mounts that it comes with depending on the TV you have, all right? So in our case, we're gonna be using these mounts and we're gonna install this up there and then we'll wire it up. To wire it up, we have the option of using ARC, coax cable, optical cable, comes with a power cord and some hardware. Also Bluetooth, USB, all that stuff. So basically the options are endless. It also has Dolby Atmos, which is probably like a simulated Dolby Atmos, of course, but it has a bunch of features. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is install the mounts onto the soundbar with the provided screws. And you can even see with the mounts, they have like this felt in there. And that's basically, I'm assuming, to keep down any kind of vibrations. So now we got the mounts connected to the soundbar. Now these 2 holes right here go into the built-in holes, which are right here. So we gotta take these out. All right, now what we're gonna do is install it. We're just gonna run those 2 screws back into the TV. All right, and that is installed. All right, so that's what the mount looks like, installed on the TV into the factory screw holes, factory mounts. Now we're gonna wire this thing up. We have this already working through our Sonos system. It's actually connected into a Sonos amp. If you wanna use the soundbar, a bunch of different options here, but these connections have rubber all around them. So it's pretty like weather resistant. Okay, it's got as much rubber around all these gaskets to keep all the moisture out as much as possible. And again, it has these plugs. I pulled all the other plugs out. I'll put them back in before I'm done, but we are wired up with optical. It also supports ARC. Power plug, which you can also see is in this rubber gasket. Everything's got rubber around it. I have the sound bar set up and we have the 2 Sonos speakers as well. I have it connected in through optical. And I kind of want to show you like how this setup would work if you did it this way. So using the remote, I can turn the volume up, boom. Okay, that's not gonna work. And down, okay? Now you're probably wondering, why would you want these speakers and a sound bar? And that's a really good question. The way I'm gonna use it is if I'm playing music on here, so we're at the pool, we're playing music, let's say there's a game on, I would actually use the Sonos speakers to kind of project sound further out into the yard. If we're just sitting in here watching like a movie or watching sports and we're kind of just chilling in this area, I'm gonna opt for the soundbar, right? Because it's kind of closer, more intimate. Sonos for big, loud music, soundbar for kind of in here just chilling. I can have both of them playing at the same time. Like I could turn this up and on the TV remote, I could turn the Sonos up, right? Now it's a weird echo and you know, I don't know why you would have that many speakers going at once. But if you wanted to, you could. But I don't see them working together. I would never have them both on at the same time. The one thing I don't like about this is I can't control the soundbar with the TV remote. I need to control the soundbar with this. So we're gonna try a different setup. All right, so I tried a few different ways to get the sound into the soundbar to see if I can just use one remote. And it's really just not possible. In my setup, I have the ability to just use the soundbar or just use the Sonos or use them together. So I have options. The only downside that I see in this setup that I have is if I'm just using the soundbar, I have to have 2 remotes. So I have to have this remote and the sound on this remote, because of the way it's set up, will always control the Sonos. And the soundbar will have to be controlled by this. So that's the only downside. Is it a big deal? No. These are like first world problems. This is an amazing setup. The TV is amazing. It's extremely bright. We can sit down by the pool with direct sunlight on the TV and still see. Basically take you like through the remote here. We have the Bluetooth setting if you wanted to use Bluetooth. You have audio input. It actually talks to you when you hit the button. Watch.
USB mode, coaxial mode, Bluetooth mode, optical mode.
Okay, you have 4 different sound modes like news, sports, and movies. You just hit the sound button there, and you have your Dolby Atmos. And honestly, I can't figure out if I like it and if I like it on or off. I think it's a matter of when you're watching something, you turn it on, you figure out which one you like better. Now this thing's pretty cool. This is a mount that you can actually wheel the TV around. So if you want to bring the TV a little bit closer to the pool, you could with this mount. Isn't that neat? Has a little spot for the remotes. Pretty cool. You just take the TV off there, plug it in here. All right, so now it's just a matter of cleaning up all these wires, tucking everything up, and at this point in the video, this is where you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment down below. Let's take a deeper dive into the actual TV. The operating system on this TV is Google TV. It's got Gemini built into it. What's today's weather? So you have AI directly on your TV, which is absolutely wild. You have your YouTube Music, YouTube TV, YouTube Prime, Netflix, so on and so on and so on. You have this screensaver setting, which is pretty neat. I don't know, pretty cool. The remote itself is also weather resistant. So you can basically get this thing wet. You can see it's kind of screwed shut here. It's rubbery on the top, so you can pretty much drop this into a pool and you'll be completely fine. It's really nice. You don't have to have an extra box like an Apple TV or something like that. Now, let's talk about a little bit more about my setup exactly. So what I have is I have the sound bar and I have the speakers. Now, by default, the sound comes out of the speakers because I have a HDMI cord running from the back of this TV to a Sonos amp. So I'm in my basement. This is where my Sonos amps are. The HDMI cable runs to the back of this. And then out of here, of course, comes speaker wire. And that speaker wire is going up there and powering those 2 speakers. Okay. So basically, when you have it set up that way, the default sound comes out of the Sonos speakers. And the volume on the remote controls the Sonos system. But let's say I didn't want the Sonos speakers to be on because maybe we don't want the sound going out that far. That's where the sound bar comes into play. So maybe if we're sitting over here, we're kind of just watching a game, we want to kind of a little bit quieter, a little more intimate. That's where we grab the remote for the sound bar. Now the sound bar is connected to the TV via a optical cable, okay? And when you do that, basically you turn on the sound bar with the remote and then use the volume on here to turn the volume up and down on the sound bar, okay? Obviously you turn the sound all the way down on the Sonos speakers using this remote. But you basically have options. So that's why I like the setup the way it is. I think it's a little excessive, I'll be honest. I didn't plan on having a soundbar out here. I always planned on having the Sonos. This just sort of happened, okay? So as far as the remote and as far as the TV goes, extremely bright. You can see it in the sunlight. You got a waterproof remote, Google TV, options out of the wazoo. All right, so that's the end of the video. If you wanna know how to basically run the wires and actually install a TV on the outside of your house and not have it leaking inside of your house, I will put a link to that video right here. If you have any questions about this, let me know down in the comments down below. I will put a link to this down below in the description. You can actually pick these up on Amazon. You pick them up from Slyvox.com. Please like the video, but I'm Mike, Family DIY TV, and I'm Slyvox with a soundbar out.